ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our hot takes and predictions with me, Ben James, and PJ's with me as well. So my first hot take of this video is I think that McLaren won't win a race this season. PJ, your thoughts on that hot take?
That is a very, very big hot take. I mean, Oscar Piastri has it in him. He could definitely get a race win this season. But who knows, anything happen? I mean, Mercedes could win every single race this season. So no one else but Mercedes can win a race this season. So I don't think that's too bad of a hot take. It's not too unrealistic. But yeah, quite like that one.
Okay, what's your first hot take?
Okay, my hot take is that there's going to be one crazy race this season. And someone like Pierre Gasly is going to win a race this season.
Oh, that is a hot take.
I mean, he's literally beaten Verstappen 3-0 at the moment in terms of races.
Very true.
It's not too unreal. It's not like he's a backmarker. He could definitely do it. I mean, it would literally have to be the craziest race ever. Whereas the Mercedes and the Ferraris both probably be now, and the McLaren as well. But yeah, that is my hot take.
Me and PJ was talking off air before we went onto this to discuss what do you think would be the best ones, and I came up with Lewis Hamilton retires, but his last race will not be for Ferrari. It'll be in a McLaren. PJ, your thoughts?
That was my fantasy before. I always wanted that to happen. I wanted it instead of going to Ferrari to go to McLaren. Just end where he basically begun, you know. McLaren believed in him and he became, their number one driver. So, at the moment now, I think McLaren are locked in with two drivers. It depends how long he stays in F1, to be honest, but I think he'll have a couple more seasons. I mean, I had a hot take that I think he will be an 8-time world champion.
So you think Hamilton's going to win another world title?
Whether it's in Ferrari or McLaren, I think he will be an 8-time world champion.
That is a good...
But another hot take of mine, he will reunite at some point with Bono as a race engineer and driver one last time. Whether it's at McLaren, I mean, probably not Ferrari, like they're Italian engineers, but, you know, he will have Bono as his race engineer for one last time. Edouard.
You ready?
I'm ready.
I think that Oliver Behrman will get a podium this season.
Again, I don't think that's unrealistic either. Haas has actually looked pretty good this season so far. He didn't have a good Japanese Grand Prix, but that was one off for them. I mean, he literally in his rookie season he got, I think it was P5 or P4 in Texas. So yeah, we know he can pull wonders with that. And I can't wait for him to be at Ferrari because in the next video we will discuss this. But I think he will be a future world champion. More on that later. I also have another hot take. I think Aston Martin are going to recover this season really well. I would be surprised because I think this will be Alonso's last season in F1. Come Brazil, Fernando Alonso wins in Brazil.
Well, that is a strong hot take considering where Aston Martin are now.
But, you know, back in 2023, Alonso was fighting Verstappen in the quickest car we've ever seen in those era. And Stroll was struggling to get out Q1. I mean, that's just Stroll, but...
A prediction of mine, I still think, even though I said McLaren won't win a race this year, I still think Oscar Piastri is a future world champion. But we'll get onto that in our future world champion prediction.
Ben, who do you think is the greatest F1 driver?
I knew you were going to ask me this question today. Today of all days, you were going to ask me this question because we were having a debate about this off air. And I had a hot take that saying, I don't think Max Verstappen is in my top 3. PJ disagrees. He thinks Verstappen is probably second or third. My greatest driver of all time has to be Michael Schumacher. I grew up in that era, and a lot of people didn't like Schumacher, but I thought he was fantastic. Everybody was raving about him at the time. And I still think he is one of the greatest drivers of all time. But you disagree with me. You think Verstappen should be up there?
Well, I just want to know your second and third, really.
So second for me is, excuse me, is Sebastian Vettel, and third is Lewis Hamilton.
If you had to pick a fourth and fifth,
Then I'd put Verstappen, and then I'd probably go Senna.
okay, yeah. So this is my top 5. I will also talk about why I disagree with each of yours. My number 1 is Ayrton Senna. I think not only was he probably the greatest of all time, even when he was driving, he had the potential to be the greatest of all time. Who knows what would happen if that unfortunate incident at Imola did not happen. He could have been with more champions than Michael Schumacher. More championships than Michael Schumacher. Second, then I'd probably have Max Verstappen because, unlike Lewis Hamilton, who, no hate towards him, he had the quickest car by far on the grid. And so did Max in 2023. But in 2024 and 2025, that Red Bull had no right to be winning or fighting for a world championship. So I think, generally, in those ground of eras, that ground of era of that red, Verstappen could have won in the kick over.
I said to you off air as well, didn't I? I said you could have put any driver in Max's car in 2023 and they'd have won the world championship.
Oh yeah, I think you could win the Latifi in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The only thing I think as well that we were talking about prediction wise is I said that I believe Isaac Hadjar would win a race this year. I think he's got potential in that Red Bull. You said as well you think he could.
I said the Red Bull has it.
No. What's gone wrong at Red Bull? Is it the fact they haven't got Christian Horner in it?
No, that's the reason Max isn't doing so well, because Christian Horner likes Max quite a lot and would focus all development on Max Verstappen. I don't think Laura Mameki does that as much. I think their problem is they've got obviously a new engine, which is very hard when you have a new engine completely made from scratch. I mean, they're Ferrari, Audi, I think it is, have had their problems as well with their new engine. And I think they will cut better as the season goes on. I did have a hot take earlier, Max Verstappen won't win a race this season. But I do definitely think he will be fighting to win races at the end of the season.
I don't think that's a hot take. I think that is a prediction. I think that is something that could actually happen.
I do think the Red Bull will come better, and I think next year as well you can definitely say they're going to be up there.
Who is the most underrated car on track this season?
I think McLaren. A lot of people at the start of the season threw them away and they were like, they won last season but they won't be quick this season.
I'm going to go further down the grid.
And I just want to say, Piastri in Japan wasn't for the poor time of the safety car, would have won.
Before we wrap this up, because this is basically nearly the end here, I'm just going to say mine. You can laugh at this all you want. I'm going to say Alpine.
Alpine have been very good. They've literally beaten Verstappen and Gasly's winning, like I said, 3-0.
Okay then guys, so that was our hot takes and predictions.
But like Lance Stroll, future world champion.
No, that is a hot take.
No.
That's hotter than the sun.
I don't think he's going to get a P22 P21.
Anyway guys, thanks for listening. We are going to go into our future world champions predictions. Join us for that.